The Ottawa Senators will have a brand new alternate jersey for the 2025-2026 season. Now, we're not quite too sure when this jersey will be officially revealed, but we do have a little bit of information about it thanks to sportslogos.net. I'll leave a link to their article in the description down below. If you do want to check it out, I highly recommend it. Also, in this video, I do want to cover just a little bit of news that we have surrounding the Utah Hockey Club jerseys. It's not huge news, but I didn't want to make a sole video about it, so I thought I would include it here. Anyways, though, before we do jump into it, if you're new to the channel and you like hockey jersey content, please make sure to subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so what do we know about Ottawa so far? Well, next season they will be introducing a third jersey, and that jersey will be red. The Sens have used red as a primary color a couple of times in their history. The first time was an alternate jersey from 1997 until 1999, which then turned into the road jersey up until 2007. I think the most common one that a lot of people would think of was their previous home jersey, which they had from 2008 up until 2020, and during that time they did also have an alternate jersey from 2018 until 2020, which was their NHL 100th Classic jersey. So they had that for a couple of years. And then, of course, they did have that reverse retro 1.0 jersey, which was basically this jersey right here, but red. So in total, they've had 4 red jerseys in their history, but it does not appear like they will be using any of those jerseys for this alternate jersey. Or if they do end up using one of those jerseys, they're going to change it up a little bit, because in this article, they do say that they will be using elements of the Peace Tower in this new jersey. If you guys are unfamiliar with the Peace Tower, it's basically just a part of the Parliament buildings in Ottawa, which the Senators actually have used as part of their branding before. They had it as a shoulder patch on their 2000 to 2007 third jersey, so that black jersey there. I actually like this logo quite a bit, at least as a shoulder patch. I don't think I would love it as a main logo, but you know, as a shoulder patch, it's kind of small, it's circular, which is usually how I like my shoulder patches. On top of that as well, it kind of resembles this logo a little bit here, at least in terms of its shape, because on the left hand side it's just that circular O there, but on the right hand side it extends out a little bit. There's kind of some more detail there. It, you know, kind of bursts out of the O or the circle. So I like that. I think that is pretty neat, and I think it does work well as a shoulder patch. So if this new alternate jersey does use this as a shoulder patch, I definitely would be happy about it. Although there are some other jerseys that they could pull from and still technically be a part of their history, and that is these jerseys right here. So these were sort of a prototype jersey. Basically, they were made before the Ottawa Senators inaugural season. These jerseys right here, which is the Peace Tower in the Ottawa Senators word mark. I am not a fan of these. I really hope that this is not the direction that they go in. I think that the word mark there is somewhat neat. Like, it's kind of cool to have the Peace Tower in the word mark of Ottawa there, but I don't think it works particularly well on a jersey. I think in terms of like branding, it's fine, and you can have it, you know, just on a website or on your social media, something of the sort, but on an actual jersey, I don't think it looks that great. So I hope that they wouldn't use this on their jersey next season. That is definitely, at least my opinion. The rest of the jersey, I don't think that they would go in that direction anyways, even if they do decide to pull this logo here or this word mark. But yeah, I hope that they don't. I hope that they either go in an entirely new direction and make a brand new Peace Tower logo, or they use that shoulder patch logo that we talked about earlier just as a shoulder patch. I think it could be fine as a primary logo, but just with the other circular logos that we've seen recently, like the San Jose Sharks and with the Tampa Bay Lightning and those third jerseys, yeah, I kind of hope that they don't use that as the primary logo and they just keep it on the shoulder. What I wouldn't mind seeing is kind of a reverse retro-esque of that 2000s third jersey and just have red as the primary color instead of the black. I made a very quick mock-up here. As I've talked about before, I'm not very good at Photoshop, but you know, this is just me quickly making it here. I think that actually looks really nice, so I really would not mind seeing that there, and I would be happy to see that logo come back. The Scooby-Doo Eyes logo, or Senegoth, I think is what Sens fans actually call it, but outside of the Sens fandom, I think a lot of people just say the Scooby-Doo Eye logo, because yeah, that logo is a lot of fun. I actually really do like it a lot, so I definitely would not mind seeing that as a comeback, and just literally like that jersey right there, I would totally be okay with. I would actually think that is a ton of fun, because I do like the striping at the bottom there with those arrows, because there's kind of like that gold sparkle to it, and that is a ton of fun. So yeah, like this jersey right here, literally like this jersey, I would be totally okay with them bringing that back. I would be 100% on board. Obviously, they would have to change a couple of things, especially the collar itself, to make it fit the current template, but you know, you guys kind of understand what I'm saying. So yeah, overall, I'm interested to see exactly what this jersey is going to look like here. I'm definitely excited to see what those Peace Tower elements are going to be, if it is just going to be a shoulder patch or if it's going to be a main logo. And like I said, if it is that main logo, I hope it's not a word mark and it's just a brand new logo, an entirely new thing. I think that could be a ton of fun. Anyways, that's all I have on the Sens. So let's transition to the Utah Hockey Club. And like I said, they're just quick little news. There's not a ton to talk about because we did just talk about them recently when they started selling their jerseys. I think it was on November 15th. I'll leave a link to that video in the cards up above if you do want to check it out. But basically, it boils down to, it does seem like they will be keeping at least one of their jerseys going into next season, and the away seems to be the kind of front runner there. So they did kind of talk about a little bit in this new article here, which is also one that I'll leave a link in the description down below. It was just on the NHL website. Chris Armstrong, the president of hockey operations, basically restated in this article that they want to keep things substantially similar next year, and that it will be updated obviously with their identity and some little tweaks based on this year's feedback. So at least to me, what it seems like is that we'll have a brand new home jersey with their logo and with their brand new identity, and then that away jersey will probably stay somewhat similar, maybe with a little bit of a striping update, but they'll still have the Utah text on the front and then some shoulder patches, which will probably either be their secondary logo or the main logo on the shoulders. That is kind of what I'm expecting, at least. We'll have to see if that is actually what comes to pass. The reason they want to keep things so similar, though, is because they actually broke records when those jerseys went on sale on November 15th. So they had the best single game net merchandise sales in a regular season. I believe the Vegas Golden Knights actually hold the record for the most, but that was during the playoffs. One of those playoffs, I'm not quite too sure exactly when. But the Utah Hockey Club hold the record for the best single game merchandising sales in a regular season, so I definitely understand them wanting to keep at least one of these jerseys around. But that's not even really what I wanted to talk about. The news is that they did confirm that they will be waiting until the end of the season to officially reveal those new jerseys. Now, whether that means the end of the regular season or the end of Utah season, so, if they do end up making the playoffs and only last a round, or maybe if they go into 2 rounds, will they release it after that? Or will they wait until the Stanley Cup is officially awarded? My assumption is that they will wait until there is a Stanley Cup winner. I don't think that they would want to announce it during the playoffs because I don't think they would get as many, eyes on it. I don't think as many people would be talking about it because they would be more focused on the playoffs. So yeah, I think they are going to be waiting until the end of the season, until a Stanley Cup winner has been decided. Basically, sometime in the summer is when we'll find out what those jerseys are going to look like, what the Utah name will be, and I think that's very understandable that they would not want to announce the name during the regular season here because it would be very strange. You would still have the NHL commentators and all of the personnel basically calling them the Utah Hockey Club when I think most of the fan base would be calling them the Utah, whatever. It's going to be Yeti. We all know it's going to be Yeti. It's basically decided at this point. It's not going to be a huge surprise, but I do think that it would be strange for them to announce, hey, we're going to call ourselves the Utah Yeti, but then still kind of go by the Utah Hockey Club for this first season. And then you have, like I said, that split in between the actual official NHL calling them the Hockey Club and then the fans calling them the Utah Yeti. It would just be very strange, but yeah, it is basically all but set in stone that the Yeti is their official name. I don't think it's going to come to a surprise to anyone when they actually say that, hey, that's what we're going to be called. I'm still glad that they're waiting on it, though. I think that is the best course of action. Anyways, though, those are just my quick thoughts on these news items here. I thought that I would get a video out on these because, they're kind of interesting, and I also haven't released a video in like a week, so I was like, I probably should upload something. So I wanted to talk about these here just very, very quickly. Let me know your guys' thoughts on either the Ottawa Senators jerseys as well as the Utah jerseys here. I'd love to hear what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. I'll try and upload a little bit more frequently and not just once a week. I know I've kind of been a little bit slow on uploading videos as of late, but I do have a few video ideas for the holiday season as well as going into the new year. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. That's going to be it for me though. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on all my social medias, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.